Hi, Abby.
Hi, Ali.
How's it going?
It is going so good.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we're finally doing this.
Yeah.
Can we welcome everyone to our show?
Yeah, yes.
All right, guys.
Welcome
to
Hot Shit.
Ow! It's funny. We were testing the volumes on this mic before, and
Yeah.
I was like, we're not going to go that loud. And here we are.
We went
Hot
that loud.
shit!
It's all about the hot shit, guys. It's
Okay,
fine.
this has been a long time in the making. This has
Yeah.
been my dream when I'm like, hey, I think I love talking to my friends and we should just record things.
Yeah.
There's nothing I love more than talking to you about poop stories, but not just poop stories.
Yeah.
Like, let's get into it. Like the origin of what this is. It's not to gross you guys out. It's like a wellness show.
Yes. Also, if you hear a dog in the background really quick, my dog is here with tummy issues as well. That's
What's
why
up, Lily?
that's why he's here with us today. So it's fine. It's fine.
Everyone has tummy aches. That's the point of the show.
Yes. But yeah, me and Allie, we talk about anything and everything pretty much.
All of it.
Yeah.
We've known each other a long time also.
Yes.
Let's get right into that. We've been
Yes.
cousins for
33 years.
our whole lives. I'm 34. It's fine. 33 and 34 years. We've been best friends forever.
Yeah.
Like, because just through thick and thin and tummy aches and
Yes,
all the things.
been through all the good, the bad, the shitty, and I think we notice the older we get, it's a
Yeah.
topic that comes up more than not, you know?
Yeah. I feel like when you become 30 is when, maybe it's just us though, I don't know. We would love to, honestly, I say this on all the shows, we'd love to hear from you guys. We would genuinely love to hear from you guys on like, are we alone? We're not just like weird girls. We are health-oriented girls who just want to
Exactly.
understand the point of these stomach aches, why they happen to us. And I guess that's the point of the show, I would say, right? I mean, our goal for the show, Hot Shit, is to normalize being poop forward.
Yes, exactly. Being poop forward is okay. I feel like when you're out in public, sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, did someone hear us talk about this? But I feel like if it's normalized, it should be.
Yeah.
I feel like if it is, we'll be more comfortable talking about it. I do know it could be a hard topic.
It's a hard topic. It's a soft topic. It's
It's a shitty topic. It's all
we
of it.
swear, we pinky promise we're not going to be like a gross out show because there's so many cool girly wellness shows these days. And I feel Abby and I love talking about it. Like, what are we doing to work out? What are we doing? I feel like normalizing poop conversations should be like anything. Like, what movie did you see? And
Exactly.
Not like not specifics. We don't need to go visual unless it calls for it.
Yeah,
But-
it is funny because it's this for both of us. It started, let's say, within the past like 9 years is when we noticed that this was the topic more.
Come on, please.
Come on, Lee. Come on up. Leo was like, I have a lot to say about shitting. Let me tell you about my life in the past 24 hours. So, okay. So pretty much like the whole point of this show is it's not just about hot girls, but it's making it normal, talking about
Hot
Gross-
girl tummy aches.
Yes.
Hot girls have IBS. We've heard it. We know the trends. We hear you. You're not alone.
Yes, like hot girls have problems and hot girls, hot boys, okay? It's no matter who you are, gross things happen to you.
Tummy aches don't discriminate. It's
Yes,
everybody.
Exactly. And so I feel like there was just a time when we were talking about this and we've talked about actually with other people. And it's
Yeah.
a lot more common than you think. And once you get people talking about poop stories or anything gross that happens, it brings everyone together is what we noticed.
It
So
unites us as a people.
yes,
It
it
does.
really does.
It does. I would say something I'd like to talk about is why we feel qualified.
Okay. No, you go first. I feel like, yeah, you go first, Al.
Okay. I have had tummy aches since I could remember, essentially. My mom swears there was a day that I was normal. We're both from the Midwest, Chicago, and she swears that I didn't make you that way. You could drink milk and eat cheese like a normal kid. I'm like, what happened? What? I became a vegetarian when I was 15 and have been ever since. Now I allow a little fish in. But I've always had a hard time, I think, with cheese. But I didn't know that was a problem till I was like at restaurants when I was 17, 18, 19, and just like debilitating stomach ache, and I was just like, what's wrong? I'm in the bathroom, and I finally got a cell phone back in the day, and my sister would be texting me like, are you okay? You've been in the bathroom in New York. I remember at Tao or something, like, you've been in the bathroom for like 30 minutes, like the server wants to send you some ginger or something, some ginger tea. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm like so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God. It's like not even like anything is coming out. It's like I would have what's called swords in my stomach, right? So I would just like have issues.
The worst.
So that's how it began, and that's when I realized there was like a cheese connection, because I went to a gastrologist.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, she did.
And they said to keep a food journal, see what's going on, see what are the connectors for your tummy aches. And it was omelets, cheesy omelets, which I loved as a vegetarian, right? Cheesy omelets, cookie dough, which obviously is, I think everyone should not eat raw. And just things that were obvious, like ice cream and things like that, cheese pizza. From the Midwest, that was being hard. That was hard to deal with.
It's like a 3 times a week meal in the Midwest.
So spaghetti with cheese on it, with Parmesan. So yeah, I realized it was a cheese factor. So I cut that out, and that is how I began my lactose intolerant journey. My quality of life has been great ever since then. Being in California, I've been out here for 12 years. Being a vegetarian or lactose intolerant is the least weird thing, I feel like. Everyone's like, there's like gluten and da-da-da. And I'm like, I just don't mess with cheese. And that's it. I think that's really it.
You're in the place to be lactose intolerant, not to gluten,
I've just learned my strengths and like what I can get away with too. Where my lactose people at, you know what I'm talking about? Like I can eat 2 pieces of normal cheese, but on my 3rd piece, I talked about this on another show, I am like done for. I'm like, the swords are in my stomach, and it's fine. Everyone will test the limits. It's fine. You're gonna hear it's fine a lot. We'll come back to that. The swords in the stomach, right? I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but that's like to me a symptom of like, oh gosh, it's a cramp, and then you go to the bathroom like within the next few hours, and then it's fine. You kind of like poop and rally.
Weird question though. Yeah. So going on to yours, when you have the swords in the stomach and you go to the bathroom, is it like once you're done, you're good? Like you feel better?
Yeah. So the swords start going. It's like a dagger going both ways. I don't know the analogy.
Yeah.
It starts and nothing will happen for a while, but like within 30 to 60 minutes, clockworky like that, it will be time to release, and then totally fine. So that's
time to release. Yes.
That's why so many of my fellow lactose like friends will push the limits constantly.
Perfect. I mean, I get that. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I would love to hear about your journey.
Yeah. Mine did not start when I was that young. I feel like I always had a solid stomach. I remember I would eat whatever and I was okay eating, drinking. When I think about when I was in my early 20s, like the things I would eat and drink, I look at it now and it makes me sick thinking at it. Like
makes you sick to your stomach. It's a tummy ache on top
of a
tummy
ache. Just looking at it. Like so my journey kind of started when I was, I think, my mid-20s. It kind of came out of nowhere. I don't remember anything before, but there was just one moment in time where everything started. It was there's a whole story behind it. We'll get to that later, but I had the same thing. Kind of. I just had a really sharp stomach pain, and I don't know what started it, but it was a bad pain that had an urgent feeling. Mine was urgent. Like I could not find a bathroom quick enough. And
were you in a field at this point, or was this a different story?
No, this was not a field. How many stories I have is unreal, but no, not in the field, Al. This one.
Side note, Abby, like all the tragedy and hardships you've gone through is the funniest storyteller that you guys will ever get to experience. I have had it the privilege of hearing all to myself.
Yes. I feel like when you have enough stories, you get comfortable talking about it. So in the end, the amount of stories where like it's a pain and then I like shit my pants. So, and you know what? I'm still cute. I still, I'm still here. I'm okay. And guess what? I have learned I'm not the only person. And one of my biggest things that I say often to everyone is, you guys, like, I mean, we can call anyone out on this, right? Or do we have to like not?
No, it's okay. There's no rules here.
Like whoever you think is the hottest person, we'll say like, guess
Kim
what?
K. Let's go
Kim K or King Kylie, I don't know if you shit your pants, but you sit on a toilet and you poop because everyone does.
At the end of the day, if you're nervous for a job interview or, oh God, all you have to do, like, I know some people say, like, imagine everyone in their underwear or something. I say, just remember, everyone poops. At the end of the day, everyone sleeps. Everyone's a human. It's a human experience.
Yeah, everyone does the dance. They sit on a toilet and they go to the bathroom once or twice a day. And, you know, so mine pretty much started, though, I don't know. I never had anything like you, Al. I kind of like on my own figured out. I was like, maybe it's lactose, but I've noticed with gluten, but now it's stress. I've noticed with stress, and there's other things we'll get to, but my tummy issues definitely get triggered by things, and they are very bad. And I do, there is an old friend, and her dad used to say, you're not an adult until you shit your pants. And I believe it. You are not an adult until you shit your pants. That's it. I'm going to take that. And
I love that.
We're going to roll with it.
Adulting is pooping your pants.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that is 100% what it is.
Do you know a lot of people who aren't poop forward, like in your immediate life? Who are like, a lot of girls, I don't know if you know, are like either like for or against. Most are against farting collectively, and we'll get to that. That's like specifically, I'm on that team. Like, no one's into it. I'm not fart forward. But like being poop forward is, do you have to
explain what like not being poop forward means?
So being poop forward, if you guys don't talk about this every day.
What is poop forwardness?
Poop forwardness is when you're open to talking about, hey guys, I'm running late, like because, oh my God, my stomach, I was in the bathroom for an hour. You don't have to get graphic, right? Unless you want to. Abby and I would never judge each other on that. Like sometimes you have to. You're like, listen, I know you're not a doctor.
We usually get pretty funny with the graphics though, so I mean it's okay.
And that's like a good reason for like, you know, being late to something. Not that you should use that as a reason, but if you're poop forward, there you go. You can be. You're welcome. That's a future excuse for you.
The ones who know.
Yeah. Sometimes that's gonna hold you up on an important day or something.
Yeah.
But just being comfortable talking about it, I guess, and just knowing like, oh my God, am I okay? Like maybe I'm like nervous to talk to a doctor about it, which again is the point of this too. Like you have to start somewhere. Start with your homies. Start with your friends.
Yeah. Start with your friends, and everyone does it. So being honest about it feels better. It just let it go, man. Like I don't know. But people, I do know people who are not poop forward. Like wait, isn't it your sister?
Yes.
My sister's not really poop forward either.
Sisters.
It's an oldest sister thing.
They're too cool is the thing. We see you. Love you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. My sister is not, my oldest sister. She is not very poop forward.
Is she like, Abby, ew, what are you talking about?
It's been a minute, so I'm pretty sure she's just kind of like, she doesn't like, will just say, I don't like talking about that. Yeah. Like where I will be like, I mean, like I feel like something we could talk about is like graphics that we like use. If we have certain things, like I will be like, oh my God, I can't. As I'm talking about poop forward.
There's levels, even us.
It'll be like, wow, I blew up the toilet. My stomach is in knots. I'm dying. I'm ill.
I threw up out my butthole.
Yeah, yes, like, that is a big one.
That's a big one.
Throwing up out of, I feel like if you look at our text threads, it's like I threw up out of my butt. Or
there's ways, I don't know if they're cute. There's just ways of saying things.
Yeah.
My sister, shout out Sarah. Hey, watch our other show. Where'd she go? She would probably never want to do a cross collab on this show. She's not a poop forward person.
But we'll get her, don't worry.
But we'll get her because she has some funny, like, I won't even put her on blast like that, but she shared interesting stories.
Oh, she did?
From traveling. Like, that's what we talk about on our podcast.
Oh.
We'll circle back to that.
Well, she has kids too, and that's another thing. You have
pooping with your, not with your kids, but like dealing with them, and that forced her to be poop forward.
Yeah,
it's like dealing with babies, 4 boys, and just like all the butts, all the diapers.
Yes,
she was pregnant too, which is crazy. That's I think when she let me talk to her about being poop forward, because she's just like, my body's crazy. I'm like, bodies be crazy. Let's talk about it.
I also feel like when you're a mom, obviously we're getting to all these other topics, but when you're a mom, I feel like I've seen recently, like, what if you're having a tummy issue and you're a mom and you have all these kids? Do we have our hour to sit in the toilet and die in the bathroom and then come out dripping in sweat? I don't know.
What if like the kids are pushing too hard? This happens in her household and she's like, don't push too hard. Like that leads to problems. This is why we have an open dialogue about start early.
Did I recently Google? I mean, I kind of knew what this was.
Oh no.
I Googled, it's so gross. I Googled what prolapsing is. Do you know what that is?
No, please share with the class.
Okay, I don't want to be wrong, but it's when you push too hard and like it like Just
happened?
don't look up pictures.
Okay.
It's like, I think it like goes inside out, like your booty hole.
I imagine something bad happens. Like if you push too hard, you hear horror stories.
Yeah, I will say, shockingly, I've never
You
had
could know what's about a
hemorrhoids.
hemorrhoid or something, right?
I
don't think I have it either. That's pretty crazy for us.
I think a
Knock on
hemorrhoid
wood.
causes. I feel like, Allie, we have so many other tummy issues.
it
God
will
was not like,
happen.
let's give these guys fucking a hemorrhoid as well. Let's really make it rough for them.
Save it. Yeah, the fun is to come. Let's like start with Hi, Leo, and her dog is in a diaper today. So
Yes, it's off right now because he actually used it. So
being poop forward. There's never you can't start early enough. Don't wait till you're a mom. Don't wait.
Yes, I feel like it's also like, so when we talk about this, we've even noticed, like, just talking about the show with our friends and in public spaces, I sometimes, like, when we were at a hair salon and we were very loudly talking about like pooping, and my boyfriend actually, so he's the owner of the salon. I'm like, oh, is this appropriate? And I remember we were just chatting about it, and remember other people wanted to join in.
Yeah,
you know,
everyone, like when one person whispers, it's okay. Like,
yeah, it's fine.
Share a story.
You know, and I remember we went on a girls trip. This is like what really, there was more inspiration to this, but then I feel like the time for me when I was like, we need to make this show happen was when we went on a trip to Jackson Hole, and it was woo woo, what up, Lauren? It was a quick trip, but I honestly, like, you would think as girls in our 30s, we'd be talking about more exciting things, but we were talking about our tummies.
That was the main.
And like pooping and like
and what foods we can eat and not eat, and what alcohol and wines would like, affect you what way and not that way.
And it was so casual and so fine. And I feel like if you, not even making a joke out of it, but if you regulate it, like someone else will join it and then help you. Like you could figure out like if you have something similar or what doctor you've seen. Like I feel like Allie or my sister or someone inspired me to see a gastrologist, and for me, I had to do the food journal as well. Leo's moving. I had to see a gastrologist as well, but I got over it really quickly. When they told me food journal, I was like, girl, bye. Like, no. So I feel like another thing I would love to like kind of like take the journey with me on the show is seeing a gastrologist and actually sticking with it and doing the right stuff to inspire other people too. Because luckily my tummy issues currently have kind of evened out a little, but I feel like there's a lot to get checked. And I feel like if it's something that shouldn't really be ignored.
Abby, I'm so happy that was a perfect transition. I was going to ask for this season, what are your hopes and goals, and what do you guys want to see? What do we selfishly want to learn about and hear from, and who do we want to hear from? So we both agreed we'd love to have medical professionals on the show.
Yes.
Selfishly, and to share with the community. We want to like make a list of our top like tummy triggers, like tummy ache triggers, and what the reasoning is behind it, and get a medical professional to tell us it's fine. It's fine, girl. You guys are just in your 30s. It's
fine. With things with us, we know we're not the only people. So when it comes to triggers, everyone's are different, but some people might be able to relate to us, and hopefully, you know, us helping ourselves will help you guys. So
yeah, we're here to spread the good word. We're here to spread it.
Yeah.
If you're down. What's some of our taglines we said before?
Oh, we had taglines besides like, I mean, hot girls have IBS, hot girls poop,
hot girls have tummy aches.
They have tummy aches.
If
everybody poops is always like, everybody poops. It's true. Like that is.
I think that's a kid's book originally. Everybody poops.
It is. It's
right?
a good book. It's a good one. It's a good read.
I have in my library over there. I have like. This was a joke thing people used to give to me because it was so ingrained. I had to make it part of my personality. This is another thing about being poop forward. I had to make it part of my personality, like because it was so prevalent in my life growing up, which is so horrible. Like, oh, Allie and like her tummy aches. Like I would get Urban Outfitters like, what kind of poop are you? Like there's this little book. And I left it in the bathroom for people. On the first road trip I took with my now husband, he like would watch Star Wars. It was we pulled over, and I'm like we had like Flaming Hot Cheetos or whatever the knockoff brand are that you get on road trip. Flaming Hots.
Oh, love. Okay,
hot fries.
Those are delish.
And that really did not jive with my tummy. So like we pulled over for 30, 45 minutes.
And that was your first like first convo. Like you had to be like, hey, babe.
I probably talked to him
honey.
about it already, but that was his first experience. And he was like, are you okay in there? I'm like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. And he's like, no, it's fine. I had Star Wars going.
Do you want to tell that story, or should we wait like to do any of our stories?
That was the main poopy highlight highlights of that story.
Yeah,
The rest
all
was
of it.
it was a really cute road trip, and the rest is history. We got married. Watch our show. Listen,
I feel like
love it.
I feel like as we're saying, like everybody poops. Let's make it normal. It is hard with your significant other bringing it up because you want to keep things sexy. You want to keep it cute.
You're a cool girl. You
Yeah,
don't poop.
you know,
What?
we don't poop. Like,
Yeah.
do boys even think girls poop? You know, like some don't even believe it. So
No.
I feel like with me and you, we found our match because there are people out there where boys know girls poop, you know?
Do you, how soon in the conversation, so now you live with your boyfriend?
Yes.
What kind of, and I would love to do a deep dive into this as a whole separate dorky episode. Like, what are your top bathroom essentials? But at what point in the conversation of moving in are you like, babe, I keep matches in the bathroom because that's the best hack?
Well, you do that when moving in, or do you start that at the beginning? like when they come
Exactly.
over, why do you have matches on your toilet?
And there's a
Or-
candle and matches. Like, that's like a must in everyone's bathroom, right?
No,
What?
mine is I actually so what my boyfriend uses is it's a shower spray, but it's really strong. It masks almost like everything.
Oh, that's from a hotel, right?
Yes,
Wait,
this-
I love. I've never,
it's
I don't think,
from-
gone to the bathroom.
Yes.
You use doubles too. If
Wait,
you want to
it's
say
from
poop,
the-
you're not ready. Just say I went to the bathroom.
I went
Like,
to the bathroom. It's the double word.
it's the doubles for us.
No, this is it's from
Like
the Four Seasons
or something.
Yes.
Shout it.
Yeah, it is the Four Seasons. Like I think it's a eucalyptus. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like eucalyptus kind of is something that
it's a
stops
good
the
bathroom
scent.
must.
But it is funny because sometimes, like, if I spray it or he does, it's like, oh, you pooped. You pooped. And I can't even hold it against them, though. So,
do you guys talk about it? Is he like, oh, did you poop?
no.
Yeah, that's like not a conversation for us either. We're just kind of, it's a known.
It's kind of like if I'm having an actual tummy issue, I will say, oh my God, I'm unwell. Like, I'm not okay. And then I'm in there for a while. But otherwise, I mean, we've had
Abby
a lot.
has really funny stories. Okay, I feel like we should just get to a funny story.
Fine,
Normalize
you know.
poop.
I mean, the first time it happened, it wasn't fine. I didn't know what was going on. I had okay, up until I was probably 24, 25, I had a stomach, like a steel stomach. Is that the phrase? I had a strong
iron stomach, steel
fucking
stomach.
iron.
The metal was strong.
Yeah, like I think of like the alcohol I would drink. Like I would what's like oh my
What
God.
alcohol would you drink?
Like, well, now wine even hurts my stomach, but I would be drinking like, what's like a really sweet drink? Oh, like even just like a cranberry vodka or
not Jaeger like we drank
oh
in
no,
college.
oh in college, Jaeger bombs, the redheaded slut drinks.
What?
What? Redheaded slut?
Vegas bombs.
Yes, a
Oh,
Vegas
God.
bomb, an O bomb. Oh my gosh, like looking at a Jaeger bottle.
All the bombs.
So basically, before this, I would eat anything. I was definitely not a healthy girl.
No.
And I'm not sure what came into play, but I wasn't prepared for what happened.
First off, who was in their 20s? Your young 20s is for experimenting with all the things, food especially.
yeah. So
live it up so
yeah.
you can't live it down anymore.
exactly. And it's funny because
Bring us to the field.
yeah. So yeah, I can start the story. No, the field was the second story.
Okay, sorry. I want the first and the second.
I feel like I could kind of make them both short and long because they were really close to each other.
Okay.
But okay, I was leading up to it's funny that I remember being so unhealthy, eating what I want, to now me texting you a picture of a girl holding like a buzz ball, and then she had a buzz ball, and she had in the other picture like a really sugary drink, and I just texted Allie, said just this picture alone makes me ill. So
But we love the aesthetic.
yeah, but it'll make sense. So
No.
let's go back to I'm 33. So not too long ago, like 8 years maybe. I was like
Post-college.
24, 25. Yeah, after college. So it was a normal day. I felt great. I was in my pajamas at 8 a.m., 7:30 a.m., looking at apartments with an old friend. And so we were in Venice where they're like, I'm prefacing this because it'll make sense later. We were in Venice where there are homeless people who could do these things, which we'll get to another story
Oh my
with
God.
Allie, okay?
I
Which is,
forgot.
I feel like poop is okay when it's your poop, okay? We'll get there. So we're looking at an apartment and it's early in the morning. So we looked at the apartment. Everything was fine. So we get in her car to look at another place or something. And we're in the car. And this was the first time this happened to me. So I was shook. My stomach, I was in so much pain.
You went
Like,
from 0 to 100,
it,
right?
it really did. It was such a bad pain. And I just kind of knew there was an urgency behind it, which I've never felt that before. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my gosh, I have like, there's a ticking time bomb about to explode, you know?
Yeah.
So I remember telling this girl, I was like, hey, we need to find a bathroom. We need to find a bathroom ASAP. So we're going around, we get to a Starbucks. Like, sorry, we don't have a bathroom.
No, what? Starbucks
Yeah.
is usually like the go-to.
Starbucks is a good one, but usually there's a line.
Yeah.
And then, but
Gas
otherwise,
stations are like,
yeah,
they'll be there for you.
yes, but they're gross. But the ones on Washington and Venice, love that Starbucks. But you don't have bathrooms. Please get them for people that have IBS.
Yes,
so,
please.
Also, really quickly, my IBS is not fully diagnosed. I've self-diagnosed. That's like part of the journey we'll get to.
The journey. She's diet IBS.
I know
we'll
I have
see.
it though for my fellow IBS girlies and friends who we've talked about it.
Shout out.
Yeah, it's fine. So we are looking at the apartment. We get in the car and I'm like, hey, my stomach is bad. It's really, really bad. So we go into Starbucks. Sorry, we don't have a bathroom. And I get in the car and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm screaming. She's laughing at me.
Oh no!
Like, it's at the time, the first time it happens. I mean,
because you're so funny in a crisis though, like because you're like laughing too. I think, and you're just like, oh my god.
Yes, I was like, I gotta go. I need to find something. Like, no, I literally like a devil voice came out of me. I was just screaming like, we need to find a fucking bathroom right now. Like this is urgent. And she's just like laughing and giggling. And I'm like, this isn't fucking funny.
No.
Yeah, no, it was like a devil was coming out both ways. It wasn't great. So she's like, you know what? We'll go back to the apartment. So we had a lockbox code to get into it. So it wasn't like a realtor showed it to us.
Oh my God.
So
but there's no toilet paper if you're going to go in there, right?
Well, no. So pretty much she drops me back off. She's like, do you want me to come with you? No, I'm good. She gave me, I was like, there's no toilet paper. So she had dried up wet ones in her car just from using it.
Wet ones are great, but this was a used one that was already.
Can you use a wet one on your body though, technically?
Yeah, you have to, because like moms and their babies, I feel like that's like
no,
a thing.
wet one, like the pink ones.
No,
like,
I guess that's a good question. I use it because I've used it for like to take off my makeup once in a pinch.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it was okay.
Well,
I think it's okay. Let's like circle back on that.
Yeah,
the tropical ones, the yellow ones.
Yeah, what? I mean, okay, this will be news.
You're
to
not
me.
supposed to though. You're supposed to use it to get like stains out.
Yeah.
So
like,
what happened to you?
Oh,
let us know.
So I was handed dried up wet ones, and keep in mind this is the first time something like this is happening. So I don't know what's about to unfold. You know. So I go back to the apartment. I'm panicked. I am. Probably from what I remember, dripping in sweat.
So sweaty. Oh.
Sweaty, panicking, and I just knew I had to get in there. So, of course, I can't get the lockbox to work. We're trying to get it to work. Just me, actually. So I'm jiggling it, trying to get it to open, panicked, and boom, I get the key out, and right when I put it in the door, it was something I've never experienced. It was like the floodgates. Is it a floodgate? Yeah, it's just like there's like a switch when you can hold it and when you can't hold it. So, and that switch just, it's not there for me sometimes when it's really bad.
You didn't make it to a vessel?
No, it's pretty much, I put the key in the door.
Wait, why am I remembering a bush?
No. That's that's a different time. It's
a bush in a field.
That's different.
Aww.
No, this one was I grabbed the key, put it in the door, and then it was kind of like I've noticed that with tummy issues, when you're close to where you have to be, it's like you start to panic more, right? And I didn't know this at the time. So
interesting. Our stomachs have minds of their own. They're like, okay, it's almost time to relax your body.
Yes, and I've learned ways to fix, but at the time I didn't know. So keys in the door, and it just like the switch just bloop, and I was wearing my pajamas, so some pajama shorts and a giant t-shirt, and I pooped my pants.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so it was like on the front patio of this apartment in Venice. I'm really sorry, for the people who were renting it out.
You didn't move into this apartment?
No, did not. Thank God. Thank God.
Did they ask you what you thought of the apartment?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they definitely did.
And by the way, did you notice any like foul, stinky play?
Did you notice? Well, so pretty much when it happened though, I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. And so I had to go back in, use my wet one, fix what I could. And then I had to waddle of shame to my car. I remember calling my mom crying. She lived up the street. I was crying. And she's like, just come to our house now. So I showered quickly at her place, and then I changed and I went back, and I just brought some water bottles and I rinsed it. But what I was saying, because it was in Venice, is I feel like, now that I look back at it, homeless people. It could have been a homeless person that just like, in my, you want to briefly do a little snippet of what happened to you?
First off, I want to like commend your bravery for like sharing with us. This is a safe space. And I just think, damn, like that's just your stomach. And part of the reason we want to do this, we say like normalize the conversation, is also like normalize what we've learned and the tools we use. So like if you know this is like on the horizon, like the daggers I talked about, or like your first indicators, that was your first time, like what can you do? What do we do to be like time out from the situation, get to a safe bathroom, like a Starbucks or something, if you will, and like alleviate? Or what's your weapons of choice, like a Pepto-Bismol, like the pills, the little liquid, the Tums, because I just, no girl should have to go through that. You're too beautiful. Like,
but that's okay, because hot girls poop, so it's fine. You know, it's sometimes there's stuff that we can't fix, I guess, but pretty much
but we can help though. We can help, like,
we can help. And I feel like that was like the start of the journey. And after that, there has been a lot, sadly, because it's like a trigger, right? So there's been a lot of times where shitty situations have happened, and throughout the time, shit happens. And so over the times though of it, like situations happening, I'm trying to think if I was comfortable with it before all of this happened. Like, I don't remember.
Like you're always a cool girl who's open to talk. You weren't like an afraid girl who's like, wait, what are we talking about?
You know what? Actually, no, you're wrong. Okay, shout out now to Maggie, my old roommate, and Julie, but my best friend. So, pretty much, actually, Allie, I don't even know if you know this. No, all of my old roommates. And so when I was in college, at Millikan and at Columbia College, I convinced everyone I didn't poop.
You weren't down with
that was it. Then. Yeah, I wasn't. Remember? I forgot.
We didn't talk about it that much till we moved to California.
I feel like so many shitty things have happened now. I forgot about that life, and I feel like this is my karma. Is now like I remember like no, my old roommates would be like, "Girl, I know." Like one. I feel like Maggie would say, "No, I know you poop," or I'm trying to remember now. It's been so long, but I would convince everyone. I would say, "I'm a robot. I don't poop. Like I just don't." Well, it was just so strange. But karma was like, "Oh well, you tried to convince so many people that you don't. We're gonna make this your whole identity now." So.
And here we are. And here is what you're doing.
Yeah.
We bring people together to share and just tell. Okay, so I was gonna say on the same Venice poop story note.
Yes.
This wasn't me and my poop story, but it involved me in that I lived in Venice Beach and I was there for 2 years. That is a long time to live in Venice and like go unscathed, I guess, without something crazy happening. So pretty much towards the end, Abby and I went out for Halloween. So fun.
Yeah.
The next morning, I was like, well, let's go meet for Mexican food. Oh, like we'll have a margarita.
Ready for a cute day.
Ready for a cute day. And I'm like going to leave a little hungover and just kind of like, oh, okay. Like it was fun. I go to my Jeep and it's an outdoor parking spot. And sure enough, there's poop in my driveway, like right a pile by my back tire.
A big heaping pile.
I call Abby, I call my mom. I'm like, what? Like, why? What? Who? Why? I don't have the mental capacity to deal with this right now. Like, I'm going back inside. My mom's like, is it dog or is it, I don't think we even guessed that yet. I was just like, a dog pooped in my driveway. And I don't know who arrived at the situation first, but like, is it animal or is it person poop? It was probably us. Oh, did we like maybe?
I think I showed up or I was with you.
Well, I basically like vacated. I'm like, I am going to get in an Uber and meet you to go get Mexican food. I'm not driving. I'm not dealing with it. And we got a drink. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back and assess the situation. I'm going to use a cat scooper pooper because I have a cat.
Oh, wait, you did end up scooping it?
I had to because then I go back.
And I remember we had Googled what to do. We're like, what do you do? Like, I think one of the solutions was call your landlord. Like what do you do?
Well, was that the second time this happened? I feel like that's when I
maybe that was the second. Oh, you didn't call the first time?
I think I was just too like mentally like Halloween happened. I'm just like I need to get on with my life, so I just went like I was already like that way anyways. And sure enough, I think my mom is the one who was like, is it person or is it animal? And sure, there was underwear on the other side of my other tire. There was men's boxers. And she's like, is that like a disgruntled ex-boyfriend? I'm like, no, I don't think so. No.
It's one of those things where we are very poop forward, right? Yeah. And so we, it's when it's your poop though, it's okay. But like just...
I can't live someone else's poop journey. I can't.
What's really hard though is I mean, I don't know. I can't tell this story now because I have a lot, you guys, but I can relate to whoever that was that had the
I was
problem.
gonna say, I don't want to like harsh their
We can't
mellow.
shit on them, but when it's yours and it's an emergency, we don't know what happened with this
But
person.
why my tire? Why not go like 4 inches that way so I can like
Or
leave?
in a bush.
'Cause
Like,
I think
make
if you
it-
run over, bush is totally. I mean, it's gross, but it's acceptable. But like, if I'm gonna roll back up into your doo doo, then it's gonna be bad. That's like if you step in poop and like it's on your shoe.
Yeah, it was strange
Yeah.
that it was where you park. You know, that was definitely very bizarre.
I didn't love it.
I feel like this is kind of, we could wrap this one up, but I feel like the next episode we could get into like more of the funny stories to keep you guys and kind of to loosen you up on
it
the
up.
stories if you're not poop forward. And we could talk about how Allie is not fart forward, but she's poop forward, because we need to break this down.
Yeah.
Like, what are some other topics? So like to tell them that what we're going to talk about.
Okay, we have so much to talk about, clearly. Probably more than the average gal would care to talk about, but that's what we're here
Yes.
for. I would love to talk about like a real top 10 of our favorite bathroom products, because any reason to talk about booty wipes and matches and poopery. I mean, don't get me started. More to come.
You do. I feel like, you know, more than me, pooping it's like your secret identity. Like, you're poop forward, but you make it cute. And I feel like that's the whole point, is making it cute or just making poop sexy again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know,
I need that on a hat. Oh my God.
we'll make poop sexy again. But
Thank you so much, Abby.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, likewise. Game recognizes game, truly. And
Yeah,
there's no one else I'd rather be spending my time talking about this with, and
Yeah.
all the eras of our life and our poop tales. I think.
I'm excited. I feel like what I want to like make happen is go through the journey of what I'm doing and what you can do to help yourself and fix this if you're going through it, but also not to normalize poop, but like any gross thing that happens, something with your significant other, something in public, just things that are not sexy, that it's okay for it to be normal, because everyone goes through it, but like more specifically, everybody poops.
Everybody
So,
poops,
you know,
and it's fine.
it's fine. Yeah, but that's it.
Love you, Ab.
Yeah, love you. I'm like, awkward. Hi.
I'll come to you. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on our
Yes,
first
thank you.
episode. Please feel free to write in, leave us a voicemail, and
Yeah.
we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.